Today I'm starting a new series called the 50 State Casserole Dishes, so please join me. Welcome to The Bold Encourager. I'm Rebecca. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you're new to this channel, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It doesn't cost you anything. It just allows for me to get my positive, encouraging messages out to everyone. So today we're doing a new series where I pick a state food and I make a casserole dish or a really easy recipe. So this one is going to be Alabama. We're going to go in alphabetical order. And you know what Alabama is known for? Tomato pie. I am going to make what is known as tomato pie casserole. I'm going to make it an easier recipe though, because usually it requires cutting up onions and all those things and cooking them, but I want to make this super easy for you, like a dump and go. So we're going to do tomato pie casserole. With real tomato pie, you have to actually drain real tomatoes, get all the juice out. So what's easier than draining the juice out of canned tomato? And it even has basil, garlic, and oregano, so we don't even have to worry about adding those ingredients. So let's go ahead and get started by draining the canned tomato. And I have 2 cans here to drain. So get as much juice as you can go out. What I did is I'm putting it on the bottom so that the juice doesn't soak through the dough. The crescent dough, I did get crescent dinner rolls, the one that you would usually get from Pillsbury, but I got the no-name one just to save a little money. Now once you've drained as much juice out as possible and you have your bottom, you could start adding the other ingredients. And there's not much more to it. You got mayo. And I would say a lot of times these recipes call like for 3/4 cup of mayo, which is crazy to me. I'm gonna add maybe like a 1/2 cup, if that. You're gonna add about a 1/3 cup of Parmesan cheese, a 1/3 cup of mozzarella cheese. I've added about a 1/2 cup of mayo. And then I'm gonna stir this around. And then I'm gonna add my Parmesan cheese. I don't know about you, but you can never have enough cheese, right? Something special about that cheesiness when you got that cheese pull and you're like, woo, is exactly what this recipe needs, right? Cheese, tomato, mayo, it's got the creaminess, it's got the cheesiness going for it, and now it's gonna have a nice little crust, a golden crust on top. You've preheated your oven for 350 degrees. Now, have you had tomato pie before? I'd like to know. Please comment down below if you've had tomato pie. And if you're excited about this series of having 50 different states with 50 different types of dishes that are super easy to make. So we get to know a little bit more about each state and what they're known for, right? I'm excited about it. I hope you are. So you're gonna come out with each roll. They're gonna be perforated. I used crescent roll and they're perforated. So you're gonna put the top crust is gonna be 2 of your first ones, and they're 2 triangles each, but you're basically going to put them closer together so there isn't any space between. And then you're gonna cover the whole top with this. I have a smaller 8x8 casserole dish because it's just me and my husband. So if you have a bigger family and you know you're gonna have to need more of this covered, then you might want to do 2 of these rolls. I just think that you want to kind of double this up just because you really want this whole thing covered with this crust. I'm going to be doing a state each time I do a episode for this series. I'm going to try to do one each week. If I'm not able to do it, it'd be once every 2 weeks. So now we're going to put this in the preheated oven at 350 degrees for 30 minutes. And it should be golden brown on top and so delicious and ready to eat. Okay, now it's time to try this delicious recipe. I put a little bit of the cheese and the tomato on top of the chicken because it kind of is on the bottom, and you just can kind of slide it out and put it on whatever protein you want, or if you're just eating the tomato pie, that's fine. But it smells delicious. If you could have smell-o-vision, you guys would love the smell of this. It just smells so delicious. It's got the cheesiness. It's got that oregano scent and garlic scent, and so I'm ready to try this. I'm sure you're ready to see what I feel about this. So let's go ahead and take a bite of the tomato pie and then take a bite of the chicken that I put the tomatoes on and cheese on from this recipe. Oh my goodness. This is so good. This is really good. You wouldn't think, oh, just tomato, some mayo and cheese with a little bit of that crescent roll on top. You wouldn't think that it would taste so good, but it does. This is delicious. So fresh, so flavorful, just boosting the flavor. I'm so really impressed that these little ingredients can actually give so much flavor. Now I'm gonna give this chicken a try. Marries so well together with the cheese and the tomato. I added a little bit of Italian seasoning on top just to give it that extra boost. I'm gonna say this is a win. I know I'm a biased person, you would say, you're like, well, you just cooked it, so can you give it a good score? Well, I'm gonna tell you right now, I'll be honest, if a recipe doesn't work out, if something's not right, or I would recommend you do something else, I'm gonna tell you, but this was really good. I highly recommend you make this. Super easy, super delicious. Alabama, you killed it with the tomato pie. Now I'm a fan, and I will definitely make this recipe again. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. It helps me out so much, and it doesn't cost you anything. Also, if you haven't followed me on social media, please follow me on social media. The links are down below. If you haven't hit that notification bell yet, please hit that notification bell, and you'll be notified every time I post a new video. Well, I hope you have an amazing day, and I hope you stay encouraged.